That's what I've been told. If it's as simple as taking a calculator, the national tally that was stated by the chairperson was 65.4% or thereabouts. In Mombasa, where there was no gubernatorial election, and that you can work out from simple mathematics as to the number of people who showed up vis-a-vis the number of people, the voter turnout was 44%. In Kakamega, with a national tally of 65.4%, the total number of voter turnout was 57%. Simple mathematics, even saying that the figures we have are correct. And that is where we've come from, because there was a submission that we've not shown anything. Those two counties were way below the national tally. Whose strongholds they were is not my problem. All we are saying is that there was suppression, and therefore voters were disenfranchised. You're cancelling an election at 8 o'clock at night on the 8th for voters the following day. You can imagine the confusion. And what was the reason for the confusion? A mix-up in ballots. This is all in our petition. I am just speaking to your lordships because if you read the petition, all the annexures are there. Oh, sorry, oops, we made a mistake in the ballot papers. There was a mix-up. Yet, there was supposed to be gazettement. A replying affidavit by the CEO, and it was supposed to be done by the 1st of July, a replying affidavit put in this petition by the CEO. Oh, we gave it to the national printers, the government printers, but they didn't print it, and so it should be deemed as done. There are news articles saying 128 ballots came to this country with ballot papers on the 7th of July, 6 days after this gazettement, or 7 days. And it is quite clear that there was an issue with the gazettement. It was backdated. But 128 ballots were already there. And the chairman admitted it, that there was a problem with the machine at the government printers for the printing. Even if you assume that it was printed on time, it was sent on the 1st of July. The earliest it could have been done was on the 2nd of July, because they haven't given us a time. We are voters, we are just watching this. We are watching this drama unfold. That being the case, and on the 7th, 128 ballots came. That's a lot of ballots and a lot of ballot papers. Nobody checked, like I keep on saying, 30 billion shillings later, we can't get an election right because there's a mix-up in the ballot. And therefore, my ladies and my lords, what is happening here is not a way to have an election at any level. We don't know what is going on as voters. People who are listening to this are getting even more confused as to what is happening out there. Was this accurate? Was this verifiable? It's our humble submission. The commissioners who came out, the disconnect between the commissioners shows that there is a problem. Mr. Chebukati says it is verifiable and accurate. The voter, what does Mr. John Joroge know? The commissioners are saying it was opaque. Where does the voter go? Has everybody forgotten the voter in all of this? The political parties are saying, I won, I won. We want to know what happened to our vote. And where we are today, we actually cannot say that where this vote went and what happened. And in view of that, it's my humble submission that one, the petition be allowed as prayed. And there is a prayer we've requested for, that there should be a nullification of this election, because the sovereign will of the people has not been, well, like I said, what we see. Whilst this court says an election is a process, for me, and even as a lawyer, and for Wanjiko and for John Joroge, an election is an event. You're going to the ballot, you're going to cast your vote, and you're hoping that your vote counts. We shouldn't be in a position where we hope that our votes count. We should be in a position where we know our votes count. And whilst there is a prayer which your lordships and ladyships might tell me off about, we have requested that the chairperson be prohibited from conducting any further elections in view of his behavior and or holding any public office in Kenya in breach of Chapter 6 of the Constitution of Kenya. The reason why we've said that is, unfortunately, whilst we created independent offices, we forgot about Chapter 6. And I think this court needs to show the way, even if it's to the lower courts or subordinate courts, show them the way that it's Chapter 6 that is going to be a question of integrity. In view of that, my ladies and my lord, I have nothing to add except if anybody has any questions, and please, can there not be hard questions?
Thank you very much, Counsel. You have donated to us 7 minutes. Thank you very much.
Thank you
for your generosity. I think we will adjourn.
Is there something about the 12 visitors?
Yeah, 2 o'clock. 2 p.m. Yes. We will adjourn until 2 p.m., but before we do so, I recognize that we have observers who have joined us. Yesterday, during the pre-trial, we formally recognized the observers, but I think they were not present. So on behalf of the Supreme Court, my sister and brother judges and the entire court, we wish to welcome all the observers, especially the delegation from the Commonwealth that is led by our retired Chief Justice from Tanzania, the Honorable Justice Adhman Mohamed Chande, for taking time to come and observe these proceedings. We thank you for taking your time, which is a mark of friendship and also encouragement, and also an indication that we are all pursuing similar objectives of ensuring there is promotion and protection of the rule of law and constitutionalism, and also creation of strong, independent institutions that guard and sustain our democracy. So you're most welcome to the proceedings, and our gratitude for your finding time with eminent judges, jurists, and other distinguished delegates who have committed their time to come and be part of these proceedings. On behalf of the court, we are so grateful. And having said that, I think we will arise and resume at 2 p.m. Thank you.
whatever you get, add 1. Yes, correct. That's okay. Not 2. If you add 2, you get it wrong.
You're counting 1 to 10, and then you get the highest is 10.
Minus 1.
Minus 1, you get 9. So you add back 1. No.
Yeah, exactly.
So give us direction.
Yes, those are sights and sounds of the tallying process of the 15 polling stations. The court ordered, retallied, scrutinized, and recounted in 15 polling stations. And earlier on, I had mentioned 5 actually, the 5th one being Chepkuptum Primary School in Kericho County, the 6th being Jomvu in Mombasa County, Mikindani, Mombasa,